A very good evening and welcome along to the Stadio Pierluigi Penso in Venice this evening for the final act of the Under-19 Coppa Italia. It is the Primavera TIMVISION Cup between the holders Fiorentina and Atalanta. The Viola chasing an unprecedented 4 straight triumphs in this competition, but they will be sternly tested by Della this evening. Fiorentina and Atalanta are used to facing one another with silverware on the line at this level. They met in the Super Cup in both 2020 and 2019. Both of those fixtures were played in Bergamo at Gevi Stadium, and Atalanta came out on top on both occasions. But tonight we're on the banks of the lagoon, Isola Sant'Elena, and the wonderful Stadio Pierluigi Penso, which is a Serie A ground. Who knows for much longer with Venezia bottom of the pile in Serie A. But there's Massimo Brambilla, the Atalanta under-19 coach, who's been doing a fabulous job with the Primavera. 2 captains there, Panada and Corradini. And our team of officials led by Matteo Gualtieri. Not a bad turnout, given it is during the week and it is a 6 p.m. local time kickoff. Fairly long trip from Florence to Venice, less so Bergamo, but Alberto Aquilani has done a sterling job at the helm of the side from Florence. Fiorentina having won each of the last 3 editions of the Primavera Coppa Italia. This is the under-19 version of the Italian Domestic Cup. 2 sides that are separated by 7 points in the Domestic League. Atalanta sit 3rd on 58, Fiorentina 5th on 51. And there is a man who could be in the headlines, Moustapha Cissé, very highly rated indeed. And he will certainly be the chief threat for Atalanta this evening. Fiorentina will know all about him. Fiorentina have already won a trophy this season. That was the Super Cup. They defeated Tuscan rivals Empoli in a thrilling game. It was 4-3 on penalties after it ended 3 apiece after extra time. How we'd love half a dozen goals this evening in Venice. We're up and running at the Penso. It is Fiorentina under-19s against their Atalanta counterparts. This is the Primavera TIMVISION Cup. And immediately Fiorentina on the offensive. Needed the challenge from Berto. And that was a foul by Tocci. Big Albanian who leads the line for Fiorentina. Cleared away by Sassi. Too high for Cissé, but there's Sidibe latching onto it. Panada. Chiwisa. Atalanta playing with their 3-5-2 system. Here's Cittadini, who's been with the first team recently. As for Fiorentina, a very forward-thinking 3-4-3, and now Tocci wanted the return pass, well read again by Berto. Chiwisa, Runo, Panada, the man who keeps things ticking over in the middle of the park. Absentees for both sides. In particular for Atalanta, they're missing Denipoti, Pagani, who's out with a thigh problem, and Giovane, who's suspended. Berto can't prevent the ball from going behind. And the first corner of the game goes the way of Fiorentina. Frison forward from the back. They've taken it short instead. And it's put behind again by Atalanta. This time Zuccon having to head it behind. Dangerous ball in, this one from Di Stefano. That could have gone anywhere. Once again, Di Stefano with the trickery. Not a bad ball in either. And the header is narrowly off target. That would have been the perfect start for Fiorentina. Really inviting ball in from Di Stefano. Just needed to go on target. Sassi wasn't getting there. Amatucci. Corradini. Fiorentina settled down after that early opportunity. They beat Lazio in last year's edition by 2-1. One goal settled the 2020 final when they beat Hellas Verona. In fact, each of their winning margins has been by a solitary goal. 2-1 winners over Torino in 2019. Here's the lively Cisse. Oliveri. Was he caught? Referee not interested. Agostinelli. Fiorentina need to be careful here. And they've taken it behind. Needless corner conceded. And Atalanta now will have an opportunity to threaten from a set piece. Once again, the corner's taken short. Panada. Time and space here for Ceresoli. The goalkeeper's lost it and then gathered it. Fogli nearly had egg on his face there. He's only playing because Andonov, the Bulgarian, is out. Fiorentina's other main absentee is Alessandro Bianco, missing with a shoulder problem. Panada. Cisse, who's already scored in Serie A. Cittadini. Nice idea there, the give and go between Oliveri and Zuccon. Didn't quite come off. Oliveri very highly thought of indeed. One of those from the 2003 crop. Atalanta playing with as many as 4 2002s. They're overage players, you can have up to 5. Fiorentina with a much younger side, to their credit. More than one 2004, so there are guys playing up. It's always the trade-off in youth team football. Do you prioritise results and silverware, or are you more interested in individual player development so that they can force their way into the first team? Vincenzo Italiano at Fiorentina shows an interest in the Primavera. So too does Giampiero Gasperini at Atalanta. In fact, La Dea have a great history and tradition of producing players. Fogli took a chance there when Cisse closed him down. Well in by Ceresoli, but he's lost it. Now Corradini. Tocci gives chase, and once again there was Berto to do the tidying up. They met relatively recently in the league, these two sides, 6 weeks ago. Atalanta came out on top, 2-0 winners courtesy of goals from Zuccon and Oliveri. Back on the 19th of March. There was no Moustapha Cissé that day, he was with the first team. Giorgio Cittadini. He's been with the first team along with his namesake Giorgio Scalvini, who's a 2003, but he's gone far above and beyond this level now. Very much a regular for Atalanta in the first team. Chiuisa. Panada. Cittadini. Not a bad ball. Zuccon. Oliveri. Sidibe. Panada keeps it moving. Ceresoli joining in. Panada, nice disguise on the ball. Sidibe, lovely control. It's a fabulous save though. Fogli got in the way. Clever run this from Sidibe, lovely turn. Nearly wrong-footed the goalkeeper. Good spot from Panada. Lovely sharp turn from Sidibe. The goalkeeper was going the wrong way, stuck out a leg, and that's what kept the scoreline goalless. Corner taken by Ceresoli, and the header is over the top from Cittadini. Another inviting ball in. Cittadini rose well. Neat and tidy from Fiorentina in midfield. Agostinelli. One of their main talents in this side, one of their overage players. Agostinelli looking for Di Stefano. Zuccon. Chiuisa. Now Ceresoli. Plenty of continuity between these two sides. Guys that have been involved on this stage before, be it Scudetto winning teams or Coppa Italia triumphs. And indeed, several of these groups of players have come up against one another in Super Cup finals in years hence. Sidibe nearly wanted too long. It's been quite the season for him. 16 goals, he's Atalanta's top scorer. Nearly added to that tally after being well found by Panada. Berto. Cittadini. Cissé between the lines. Cleverly done. Chiuisa joining in. Sidibe waits in the box. This is Renault. He's found a cross too. It's only half cleared. Cittadini beaten to it. Important work from Zuccon. Oliveri. Cittadini. Atalanta now beginning to take control of proceedings. Panada. There's that clip ball over the top again. Cissé is quick, but he won't quite catch up to that. Moustapha Cissé discovered at Rinascita refugees down in Lecce. Hails from Guinea, Conakry. Giampiero Gasperini throwing him into the mix in that game away at Bologna when he got the winner. Panada looking for Cissé. Zuccon, not the best touch from him. Now it's a chance for Favazuli. Zuccon dived in there. Cleverly done by Amatucci just to protect the ball and win the cheap free kick. Zuccon had already committed to the challenge. Not that he necessarily agreed with the decision from Matteo Gualtieri. Krastev, Frison. Fiorentina have lost a bit of form coming to this match after back-to-back league defeats. 3-2 away at Napoli, 1-0 their defeat at Bologna. Atalanta's form a world away from that. In fact, their home draw against Verona brought to an end a 9-match winning run. Sidibe. Oliveri. Cittadini. Berto. Nice flick round the corner for Cissé. There's that change of pace. Now Oliveri. Mustafa Cissé. Nice idea to try and tee up Sidibe there. But Fiorentina with some last-ditch defending once again. Atalanta showing that threat once more. Oliveri with the corner. The goalkeeper's come and got nowhere near it. Cerisoli. Panada beaten to it. That was heart in the mouth stuff there. Gabriele Fogli tried to come out and claim it, missed it completely. Second straight appearance for him, having featured at Bologna with Andonov injured. It's been a long while since Atalanta lifted the Under-19 Coppa Italia, not since 2003. It's their first final in 14 years. Which is rather surprising given how dominant they've been at this level. Primavera champions for 2 of the last 3 seasons. Empoli, the reigning champions of the campionato Giacinto Facchetti, as it's known, in honour of the legendary Inter player and former president. Kayode with the throw, dealt with by Cerisoli. Chiwiza beaten in the air well by Corradini, who nearly came away with the ball. Renault, that's careless, straight to Tocci. Chiwiza battling, so too did Di Stefano. Biaggetti finding Frison. Amatucci had more time than he realised. Tocci, that's a nice touch. Di Stefano now. A better ball, and he might have been in there, Kayode. Certainly had the pace. The run appeared perfectly timed. Not the right ball. Cerisoli. Cissé with the flick on. It was Sidibe trying to work off him. Krastev. The ball breaks kindly for Kayode. Was in too much of a hurry to play in Tocci. Sassi's clearance gave his teammate Oliveri a problem there. He's saying, why are you trying to play it to me? Panada's header not the best. Di Stefano was lurking. This is Cerisoli picking up the pieces. Now Chiwiza. Panada. Once again, Panada looking long. Sidibe with time and space. Cissé in the middle. Still Sidibe, good strength. A half-hearted appeal for a penalty there. Panada. Oliveri. There was a foul. The referee lets the advantage go. Panada. Cittadini's touch was heavy. And that's why Fiorentina have the throw. He's already won 2 league titles, along with those 2 Super Cups in his time with the Primavera. Massimo Brambilla. Panada. Cisse with the flick. First to it is Corradini. Krastev. Clip forward for Tocci. Di Stefano's touch not quite the best. Fiorentina keep possession. Frison. Amatucci. Krastev. This is Biaggetti. Once again, the goalkeeper taking a chance. Di Stefano keeps it in play. That came off the head of Oliveri. Oliveri first to the loose ball. And he was clipped from behind by Corradini. Andrea Oliveri hails from Sicily. Palermo wanted to sign him for their under-10 group, the Pulcini, when he was only 7 years of age, believe it or not. He's been with Atalanta since the age of 14. Zuccon. Panada. It's a lovely ball for Cittadini, who wants the corner, but he doesn't get it. Zuccon, dispossessed by Agostinelli. Fiorentina have certainly been free scoring en route to this stage of the competition. The same can be said of Atalanta. Fiorentina went through in the round of 16 by beating Milan by 4-3. It was 4-0 until late on. Milan scored a flurry of 3 goals and nearly caused an upset. There was a 2-1 victory over Spal in the quarter-finals, and then they beat Roma 5-2 in the semi-finals, which featured a hat-trick from Tocci and a brace from Bianco. How they'll miss him this evening. As for Atalanta, they needed penalties to get past Cagliari in the round of 16 after a 2-2 draw. Atalanta then won 4-2 away at Sampdoria in the quarter-finals before trouncing Empoli 3-0 in the semis. Empoli, Italian champions at this level, lest we forget. Cisse. Oliveri, Panada, Zuccon. Oliveri. Panada. Atalanta in charge, bossing possession. Trying to break down this Fiorentina backline. They've had the better of the opportunities thus far. Forward by Panada. And easy enough in the end for Favazzuli to watch it back to his goalkeeper. You can see the coccarda there on the Fiorentina shirt, the rosette in the colours of the Italian flag. That's because they are the reigning champions in this competition, each of the last 3 years. Corradini, the skipper. Krastev. Tocci once again tried the more difficult piece of play. Cittadini bombing forward. Cisse away to his left. Cittadini. Cisse. Good strength, but then lost track of the ball. Cayode's not covered himself in glory, but he had the pace then to get away momentarily from Guillaume Renaud. His twin brother Christoph has since left Atalanta. They were both in the academy together. Christoph now playing with Olbia in Sardinia. Chiwisa. Berto. Cittadini. Oliveri. No foul there on Zuccon. Fiorentina might be able to counter with Favazuli. Well read by Cittadini. Did he keep it in play? Aquilani felt the ball went into touch. Benefit of the doubt the way of Atalanta. Chiwisa. Sidibe calling for it. Instead it's Ceresoli getting forward. Still Ceresoli. Not the best ball for Renault, but he rides the challenge. Ceresoli now, if he can pick out a teammate, he's won a corner. Ceresoli with the set piece, and Sidibe's header pushed away well by Fogli. Ceresoli again. This time Fogli came out and claimed to good effect. He's had to make a couple of important saves, certainly justifying his place in the side. Deputizing to good effect in the absence of Andonov. Sidibe with a couple of early opportunities, Atalanta's top scorer. On both occasions he's been thwarted by Fogli. Krastev. Corradini. Frison. There was a foul there on Favazuli. Another look at this free header for Alassane Sidibe. Much like earlier on, Fogli was able to get in the way. This time he had more time to react than he did in the previous effort, which was a lovely swivel and hit. Zuccon nearly came away with it. And now Atalanta have lost it. That's careless. Di Stefano beaten to it by Gabriele Berto. Agostinelli. Looking for a teammate, not too many options ahead of him. Amatucci. Frison. Corradini. Krastev. That's a late challenge by Panada, and one which earns the first yellow card of the game. He felt he could nip in and win it off Amatucci. The latter wasn't helped by his teammate. The pass was short there. That's why Panada thought he could win the ball. Painful one for Lorenzo Amatucci. He played 90 minutes in both the quarter and semi-final. He's a 2004. He's only turned 18 at the start of February. Caiode 2004, Biaggetti 2, Favazuli. Plenty of them in that Fiorentina side. They haven't resorted to picking too many 2002s, unlike Atalanta. Frison, Corradini and Agostinelli, those from the 2002 age group in the Fiorentina side. As for Atalanta, the likes of Panada on the ball here. So to Cittadini, Renault, and Sidibe. Plus the goalkeeper, Dijk, on the bench. Cittadini. Berto. Sidibe beaten to it by Di Stefano. Tocci comes alive. Good hold-up play by him. This is Krastev. Filippo Frison, Vittorio Agostinelli, away from Cittadini and then possibly caught by Oliveri, and it's another yellow card. Moments after Panada had his name taken, so too Oliveri goes into the book. And now Panada, the skipper, coming across to ask the referee whether that did indeed warrant a yellow card. Agostinelli rode the first challenge and then Oliveri went lunging in. Gasperini has designs on Andrea Oliveri playing as one of the wing-backs in his system. Favazuli, no way through. Krastev, Frison. Agostinelli once again trying to make something happen. Tocci now with the pace. Tocci is in the clear. And Sassi was very quickly upon him. Got in far too easily there, did Elion Tocci. 2 goals in his last 3. Back to hat-trick in the semi-final win over Roma. He very nearly found himself through on goal there. Forward by Krastev. Oliveri. And they've lost it here. Favazuli. Plenty of purple shirts forward in this attack. Corradini. Instead Cittadini. With the strength and the power to get forward. Sidibe went the wrong way with Mustafa Cissé away to his left. Stepped back into trouble. Ran right into traffic. Corradini. Amatucci. Krastev. Biaggetti. Tocci able to flick it on, no one running beyond him. There have been several stars coming through these teams in recent times. You think about the likes of Dejan Kulusevski, Musa Barrow for Atalanta, Dusan Vlahovic for Fiorentina, scored in the 2019 final they won. Oliveri testing Agostinelli. Favazuli came crashing back in. Oliveri. Cittadini. Berto. Cittadini calling a runner towards him. He's given it away though. Favazuli, he can release Agostinelli. Agostinelli away from Cittadini. Panada needs to be careful. Favazuli. Agostinelli. Favazuli again. Bounced off Panada, who comes away with the ball. Cissé was tripped there. And Atalanta saying, why doesn't that deserve a yellow card from Dimmu Krastev? Well, 2 Atalanta players have already been cautioned. That was cynical from Krastev. And it halted a promising Atalanta counter. That was Berto, who wasn't strong enough. Tocci got away from him. But to his credit, Jacopo Sassi came out to close down the angle. Sassi was the goalkeeper who played in the youth league for Atalanta. That's because the senior side were involved in the Champions League. Conceded 10 goals, though, in 5 youth league group matches. The same group that mirrored that of the senior side. So, Young Boys Villarreal and Manchester United. Zuccon, Sidibe, And still. Renault, half a yard to deliver. Miscued there by Frison, but the goalkeeper makes sure no harm is done. That was a risky ball. It very nearly allowed Mana Chiwiza to nip in. He's played men's football in Serie D with San Maurese in the town of San Mauro Pascoli in Emilia-Romagna. He hails from Zambia originally. Tocci with the flick on, Cittadini in charge. It's Di Stefano bursting forward to try and close down Sassi. Ceresoli. We could go the distance tonight if there is no winner after 90 minutes. Zuccon, Panada. Cittadini. Panada. Well closed down again by Favazuli, who's made a good start to this game. A couple of goals for him this season, Costantino Favazuli. Interestingly, both against the same opponents, against Spal, home and away in the league. There is a lot of interest in the academy at Fiorentina. Rocco Comisso, the club president, really believes in the youth teams. Joe Barone, the general manager, is here. Cisse with the flick on. Corradini keeps it moving. Piaggetti, Krastev. You can tell it's a final. The stakes are high, neither side being particularly bold going forward. Fiorentina look to change that. Heracli by Berto. Runs here for Tocci. Berto played the ball. He was unhappy at Tocci's suggestion. There was a foul there. Sidibe with time and space. Looks for Cisse. Opportunity knocks for Mustafa Cisse. Just overdid it in the end. There was a chance to get a shot away. Turned it down. That's a foul by Ceresoli, meantime on Di Stefano. Fairly loose touch there, and now Zuccon is going to be the latest player to have his name taken. 3 of their 5 midfielders have already been cautioned for Atalanta. Simone Panada, now Federico Zuccon, and also Andrea Oliveri. And this was a lunge, that was high. Needless to say, we are relying on the officials out there. And on another day, that could have easily been read. Such was the force with which he went lunging in, studs showing. The last touch was off a white shirt. He's aged well, Alberto Aquilani. Wonder kid with Roma. Then went on to play for Liverpool. And latterly Fiorentina. Frison. Krastev. Good ball to find Di Stefano. It's done well here. Favazuli. Di Stefano on the overlap. Instead it's Agostinelli. Tried to turn away from Cittadini. Favazuli. Fiorentina start again with Frison. Amatucci needed to get there and did so brilliantly. Amatucci Nice ball, Di Stefano in the channel. Still Di Stefano. And it is a goal kick, despite the pleas of the Fiorentina players. They're convinced there was a deflection here. They might well have a case too. Looked like Berto just flicked it behind. You can understand why he's unhappy, Filippo Di Stefano. Creative force with assists in the quarterfinals and the last 4 too. Plenty to ponder for Massimo Brambilla, who spoke about his side's regret in this competition in recent years. Said the big moments have often gone against us in the Coppa. Let's hope it's our year. It's been Fiorentina's year the last 3 editions. Can they make it 4 on the spin? That would take them to 7 triumphs, 1 shy of Torino, who lead the way with 8. Oliveri, Panada, taken away from him well by Krastev. Sidibe dispossessed. Mustafa Cissé won it back. Battling well. He's been a revelation, Mustafa Cissé. 12 goals in just 11 appearances, 10 of them from the start, averaging a goal every 71 minutes at this level before tonight. Chiwiza, Sidibe. Fiorentina throw. 7 minutes to play until the break. And no breakthrough as yet at the pencil. Dimo Krastev, hopeful ball forward. Kayode tried to flick it on, Tocci there to pick up the pieces. Now Di Stefano causing problems for Ceresoli, but illegally in the view of the assistant, who quickly flagged. Cittadini. Now, can Oliveri keep it in play? Not quite. Ball just ran away from him. Otherwise, that would have been a very interesting opportunity for Atalanta. Biaggetti given away to Ceresoli, who in turn has lost it to Kayode. Good strength from Kayode. Agostinelli demanding the ball. It was short. Won back well by Zuccon. All hands on deck for Fiorentina defensively to make sure that Sidibe and Cissé don't have too much to latch onto. Sidibe already with a couple of meaningful opportunities, both kept out by Gabriele Fogli in the Fiorentina goal. We're yet to see the real talent of Mustafa Cissé, the headline maker. Well in by Ceresoli. Cissé calling for it in the middle. Still Ceresoli. In the end, he ran into a purple wall. Tocci penalised for catching Berto. Curiously, the 4th official is a man named Mattia Caldera, not to be confused with Mattia Caldara, an Atalanta Academy product who has been playing his football with Venezia on this ground this season in Serie A. Cittadini launched forward, looking for the head of Zuccon. Hooked forward by Favazzuli. Agostinelli with the flick. Tocci holding it up well. Amatucci. Aquilani saying there was a trip there. Nothing doing on this occasion. Sidibe's lost it to Corradini. Favazzuli. Panada now. Always forward thinking. Where possible, he tries to play a forward pass. Cittadini. Calmly done by Chiwisa. Cisse. Sidibe. Panada with the acceleration. Was matched well by the other captain, Corradini. Di Stefano. Tocci for Agostinelli. Nice football from Fiorentina. Still Agostinelli. Tried to feed Tocci. It was a slightly frantic pass. One which goes harmony to the feet of Renault. Ceresoli. Renault once more. Atalanta have given it away though to Michael Kayode. Di Stefano allowed to turn. Tried to find Tocci. Panada. Chiwisa. Cisse. There's that familiar close control. Sidibe. Oliveri. Sidibe once more. Zuccon for Cittadini. We're coming to the end of this first half. Atalanta with a couple of good opportunities through Alassane Sidibe, but no goal. Fiorentina haven't yet tested Sassi. Corradini. Krastev. Frison. Very calmly done. Fogli's clearance. Tocci holding it up. Agostinelli. Amatucci. Zuccon had a nibble. He's already been booked. There shouldn't be too much in the way of added time. Thankfully, there have been no injuries. We haven't had any real stoppages. No video assistant referee at this level, of course. Kayode. Frison. Amatucci. Di Stefano. This time it's Ceresoli who's left one in. Taken short to Amatucci. Vittorio Agostinelli. Agostinelli once more. And with no added time, the referee says that will do for the first half. Chances at a premium. The best opportunities went the way of Atalanta and Alassane Sidibe, their top scorer. But to his credit, Gabriele Fogli was equal to both opportunities. Goalless at the break at the Penso. Half-time score, Fiorentina 0, Atalanta 0. Welcome back out to the Stadio Pierluigi Penso for the second half of the Primavera TIMVISION Cup, the under-19 version of the Coppa Italia. Fiorentina in a fourth straight final, looking to make it 4 straight triumphs in this competition. They're up against an Atalanta side that have beaten them twice for silverware in recent years, 2020 and 2019 in the Super Cup. The match played between the champions of the previous year and the Coppa Italia winners. But both of those matches were played in Bergamo. This evening, thus far, it's goalless here in Venice, albeit Atalanta have had a couple of meaningful opportunities through their top scorer, Alisson Sidibe. We're back up and running then for the second half here. No changes to either side, as both Fiorentina and Atalanta go in search of an opening goal. Corradini. This is Panada, one of 3 Atalanta players booked in the first half. Cittadini. Nearly found a way through there towards Cissé. Strong but fair challenge by Chiwisa. That's a foul on Zuccon. Oliveri won't quite keep it in play. Just a couple of league matches remaining for these two sides. Fiorentina entertain Sampdoria next. They have the very challenging task of a trip to the capital to take on Roma on the final round of the season. Di Stefano beaten to it by Ceresoli. This is Chiwisa. Sidibe calling for it away in the middle. Ceresoli. Sidibe now. Panada. Zuccon felt he got a shove. The referee was well placed, and eventually it's handball against Federico Zuccon. Atalanta's final 2 matches of the season, away at Torino next, and then they entertain Sassuolo. Atalanta on that brilliant run of form. A reminder that in the Primavera Championship, the top 2 get a bye into the semi-finals of the final 4. There are playoffs to decide who the champions are. And then there's a match between the 3rd place finishers and the 6th, and then 4th and 5th. So if Fiorentina were to drop another place from where they are at the moment, 5th, they could yet meet Atalanta, who sit 3rd, for a place in the semi-finals. But that's for another day. The focus now is on the Primavera TIMVISION Cup. Oliveri. Kayode unhappy because having intercepted the ball, he couldn't take it where he needed to go. Berto. Cittadini. Cleverly done there. Lovely football this from Atalanta. Mustafa Cissé. Cittadini, nice step. He was brought down too. It's a free kick to Atalanta. Still no yellow card for a Fiorentina player. This might have warranted one for Frison. A clear pull of the shirt on his opposite number. It's Renault who lurks on the edge. Panada stood over this. So too Ceresoli, the left centre-back, who's got a lovely left foot. Just wonder whether Ceresoli might try and catch out Fogli at his near post. It is Ceresoli. And the goalkeeper wasn't sure. Cittadini unable to latch onto it at the back post. Fiorentina in a hurry to get forward. Biaggetti. Now Tocci. Trying to get away here. He's managed it. Not the best from Zuccon. Ceresoli back helping out. Renault. Chiwisa. Ceresoli. Surrounded by purple shirts. He's very good on the ball, though, which is what allowed him to win the free kick. Cisse. It's been quiet this evening. Now Agostinelli between the lines. Favazuli. Krastev for Biaggetti. Corradini. Biaggetti once more. Chiwisa has dispossessed him. Panada. Cisse calling for it. Here is Cisse with the pace. Mustafa Cisse. Denied by Fogli. Good goalkeeping once more from him, but that's more like it from the man they came to see. Just shifted it very quickly away from Krastev and then was bearing down on Fogli's goal. Cleared away by Fogli. Zuccon for Sidibe. Wasn't quite aware of exactly where his teammate Cisse was. Now Kayode with the pace. He had Tocci inside of him. Ceresoli telling Kayode to get to his feet. The referee not interested in blowing for a foul either. Fogli's clearance was poor. Well in Corradini. No harm done for Fiorentina, who can come forward again. Di Stefano on the half turn. One back by Chiwisa. Ceresoli. Chiwisa finding Renault. Ceresoli calling for it. And here he is now. Ceresoli was offside. Nice idea there. I'm not sure he was offside. It was Krastev in the middle that tried to step. Corradini, Kayode, Biaggetti. Agostinelli is the danger man for Fiorentina. Very tricky on the ball. Cittadini went charging through the back of him there. Cisse has been the man in form, so too Sidibe. Scoring all the goals in recent times for Atalanta. There have been plenty of those too. Chiwisa felt he was caught there. The referee gives just a throw the way of Fiorentina. Kayode, lovely long throw from him. Tocci tried to turn away from Berto. Turns angrily towards the assistant as if to say, why didn't you flag for a foul there? Flicked on by Sidibe. Now it's the searing pace of Cisse. And that's a foul by Alassane Sidibe. He's saying he played the ball. And he certainly did. They were both high there. Favazzuli is the man who's got the decision. That looked even higher from Dimo Krastev. Favazzuli. Won back once by Renaud, but not the second time. Here's Guillaume Renaud now. Ceresoli. Cleared away by Sassi. Zuccon. That's surely a foul and a yellow card to follow indeed. Biaggetti, first player to be booked for Fiorentina, and he had to make the challenge. Zuccon committing him. There were other players back, Krastev in particular. No red because he wasn't denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Now it's Oliveri who's taken charge of the free kick. 4 goals this season for him. Ceresoli also stood over it. No one's played more minutes for Atalanta Primavera than he has. But it looks like Andrea Oliveri is the favourite to strike this. Oliveri goes for goal, catches the wall. Oliveri again. He's taken the ball straight into touch. Alberto Aquilani said, we know we've achieved something significant because it's a real achievement to be in a 4th straight final. We're 1 step away from something historic. I always say that finals are there to be won. Neither side is doing that thus far, as we move towards the hour mark. Zuccon wanted the free kick, he didn't get it. That's easy enough for Sassi to come out and claim it. Ceresoli. Sidibe's done well. Atalanta can come forward now. Oliveri. Cittadini. Berto. Cittadini. Cittadini's continued his run forward, and he'll latch onto this. Cisse waits in the box. Cittadini's cross. The goalkeeper able to intervene. Some of the sting was taken out of the centre. Question is, how soon do Aquilani and Brambilla make changes? Agostinelli's the man down, requiring a bit of treatment. Nicolas Burdisso in the crowd in his role with Fiorentina. Just there, seemed to pull up awkwardly. I'm not sure whether he's done the hamstring there. Vittorio Agostinelli. Scored in the Super Cup win over Empoli. Agostinelli's evening is up, so Gianmarco Neri is the man who replaces him. One 2002 for another. Painful one for Agostinelli. He'll gingerly make his way round three sides of the ground. Corradini looking for Tocci. Easy again for Sassi, who hasn't had a single save to make. Panada. Sidibe turned down the option of Chiwiza. It's a risky ball, but there is Oliveri. Now testing Favazuli for pace, but he ran the ball straight into touch. Neri for the first time. Krastev. Biaggetti. Around the corner by Kayode. Neat and tidy from Neri. Good fair challenge from Zucon. Cisse. And still. Zucon again. He's already been booked. Then he went lunging in there. Instead it's Kayode. Won fairly by Panada. Biaggetti. Tocci for Corradini. Tocci once more. There was Berto very quickly upon him. Krastev. The way this final's going, one goal could indeed settle it. Tocci, too high for Corradini, swept away by Renault. It's not a bad ball forward from Biaggetti. Renault was impeded by Kayode. Will be a free kick. And now it's Kayode who requires some treatment. It was he who fouled Guillaume Renault there. So we will restart with an Atalanta free kick. Just a nudge in the back and slightly awkward fall for Kayode. So far, just the one substitution made by Aquilani, and it was enforced after Agostinelli was injured. Now he's inquiring as to whether Kayode has it in him to continue. The physio says, yeah, hold firm for the moment. He's going to try and grit his teeth. Cleared away by Sassi. Corradini for Tocci. Neri. Headed clear by Berto. That's Corradini. Tocci came alive again. Cisse wins the flick on, and then the header straight to Neri. Cittadini took a chance, and he was able to recover his own mistake. It's a clear foul there. Amatucci, the man caught by Mustafa Cisse. Biaggetti. Krastev. Frison. Amatucci. Well read by Oliveri. Fiorentina still have it. Neri. Amatucci. Krastev. Biaggetti. Forced back well by Chiwisa. Tocci came back from an offside position. He's saying if anyone was flagged offside, it wasn't him, but it should have been a teammate. Ceresoli. Panada. Renault. That draw against Verona appears to have taken the wind out of Atalanta's sails. They won those 9 matches in a row, and now that era of invincibility is gone. Fiorentina have made this competition their own in recent years. They're determined to continue that streak. Well read by Panada. Then he wanted too long. Amatucci. It's given away to Mustafa Cissé. Not too many options around him. He might have to go himself. He's done well here. Cissé from distance. Instead, he tried to take on another opponent, and he was dispossessed really tightly by Dimo Krastev. Di Stefano. Amatucci. Neri. Tolian. Tocci's done well. Forward by Matucci. This is Di Stefano. And here's a chance. A big opportunity in the end for Favazzuli. And now Di Stefano. It's his ball in, straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Favazzuli collected it really well from Di Stefano. Well played. Berto getting the all-important block in. Chiwisa taking a chance, keeping possession. Ceresoli smashed clear by Jacopo Sassi. Biaggetti momentarily at centre-back. Krastev has gone away to his right. Pair will surely swap positions now. Neri. Good ball for Kayode. Well read by Oliveri, and now Atalanta might be able to break. Oliveri, Cissé, Zuccon. Oliveri ahead of him. That's who he looks for. Pass didn't have enough power behind it. Ceresoli. Chiwisa. He's played it straight into touch. Renault saying, why didn't you knock it long? Di Stefano. That's risky, it's given away to Sidibe. Now Panada. Panada once more. Cittadini sensed he was offside, you could tell from his body language. How soon does Massimo Brambilla change things up? Has the likes of Richard Hetzko on the bench, Shakur Omar as well, Adi Fizic. As for Fiorentina, we've already seen the introduction of Gianmarco Neri. Wonder whether we might see Asan Sek or Destiny Egerevba. Panada dispossessed fairly. Fiorentina go route one looking for Elian Toci. Kayode. Neri. Amatucci. Di Stefano tried to collect the return pass. Atalanta have given the ball away and Fiorentina decide to put it into touch. That's because Simone Panada is down holding his ankle. Well, this will be of concern. The captain down in considerable discomfort. We've already lost Agostinelli to injury. Pagani was the player that Massimo Brambilla lost in the recent game against Verona. Danny Porti out too. Panada back to his feet for the moment. It looks like we're going all the way here. No sign of a goal, even less so in the second half. In the opening period, there were at least those two opportunities for Alassane Sidibe. Since then, neither Brambilla nor Aquilani's respective sides have really threatened the opposition goal. Just that one shot from Favazzuli, but it was blocked by Berto. I don't recall Jacopo Sassi, the Atalanta goalkeeper, having a single save to make in 72 minutes of play. Biaggetti. Once again, Toci on the shoulder. He's found his captain, Corradini. Well read by Cittadini. Panada. Now Mustafa Cissé, has he got the pace? He did, but Fogli was quickly off his line. The bell tolls for 7:30 local time. Who would have predicted the scoreline would be goalless at this hour of the day after a 6 p.m. kickoff? Andrea Ceresoli. Zuccon, Sidibe. Calmly done by Biaggetti. Route one from Krastev. Hasn't had much to thrive on Toci this evening, but he's got a toe to that. Favazzuli for Di Stefano. And still Di Stefano. Shot was well blocked by Cittadini. This is Neri. Fiorentina now have a player down, but play continues. Favazzuli with the trickery. Smashed into touch by Federico Zuccon. Amatucci, the player down, in a bit of discomfort. Looks like it's just cramp, but he won't be able to run that off for 16 minutes plus added time. It might be time for another change here for Alberto Aquilani. Sliced away by Biaggetti. Kayode It's done well, as did Neri. Now a chance for Corradini. Was that a foul by Panada? No, says the referee, which will be of relief to Atalanta, given their captain is on a yellow card. Coyote is giving it away. This is Cisse. Cisse saying, why did you tell me to put it into touch? What's the issue? That was Corradini trying to dart inside, away from Panada. Clip forward by Sassi. Sidibe beaten in the air by Krastev. Chiwiza able to get to the loose ball first. Renault, poor pass. Corradini. Di Stefano, Favazuli, Krastev, Coyotes lost out to Guillaume Renault. Fiorentina have to chase back now. Renault, no one really with him. Easy enough for Biagietti to pick his pocket and clear it away. Tocci, that's a better touch. Corradini. Di Stefano. Biagietti made to hurry. Good touch there from Ceresoli. Chiwiza, Sidibe, Chiwiza once more. Panada, no one away to his right, which is why he's frustrated. Cittadini eventually offers the option. Oliveri. Berto. Chiwiza has to go home reluctantly to his goalkeeper. Atalanta short on ideas. Neither side has been particularly inspired since the break. Sidibe got up early and he's asking why Cisse wasn't running beyond him. Well watched by Berto, an important header, because Tocci was once again running beyond him. Panada trying to release Cisse. They need more guile, they require more craft than this. It won't suffice, these flat balls clipped forward. Never check up in time before they reach the goalkeeper. Chiwiza, now it's Cisse. Zuccon, Cittadini. Fiorentina have won it back. Di Stefano, who's been lively this evening. Can he make something happen? Still Di Stefano, and still Di Stefano. It's well blocked. Neri first to the loose ball. Di Stefano will try again. Di Stefano, shut down by Panada. Fiorentina get just a throw. He's a real talent, is Filippo Di Stefano. Still 18, won't turn 19 until the end of August. Now it's Panada with the cramp. Cittadini potentially signalling to the bench that his skipper needs to be taken off. And indeed, it is time for Tommaso Del Lungo from the looks of things. We continue for the moment. Favazzuli with the throw. Di Stefano. This is Neri. And the goalkeeper just about watched it wide. For a moment he wasn't sure where his post was. I think that was a cross from Neri. Didn't really have the power to pick out the top corner. Gabriele Berto getting a breather in too. Confirmation Simone Panada has been taken off and De Lungo is on in his stead. De Lungo, a 2003 and right at the end of the year as well, November. So he's still 6 months shy of his 19th birthday. Coyote. Biaggetti. Sidibe chasing down the goalkeeper, who was calm and confident. Tocci. Di Stefano. Away goes Coyote. Still there for Di Stefano. He's got away from Renault. Di Stefano. Coyote. Neri. We're into the final 10 minutes in Venice. Still no closer to a goal. Krastev. Krastev. Nice triangles from Fiorentina. Di Stefano tried to feed it through towards Favazzuli. It's given away by Zuccon. Fiorentina now in the ascendancy. They look the more likely side to score here late on. Biaggetti. And another player has cramp. Well, it's been a long season for these players. It is getting warm. It's not particularly hot this evening. In early May on the lagoon. Gets absolutely sweltering in Venice in the summer. We're not quite there yet. Time for another Fiorentina switch. It appears. Amatucci hobbling on for the moment. Biaggetti. It's increasingly the long ball forward now from Dimo Krastev. That's Fiorentina's tactic. Instead they play it short this time. Neri. Amatucci. Neri again. Could have gone forward there. Instead played it back to Amatucci. Krastev. Away goes Tocci, who's been quiet this evening. In fact, both strikers have been. Mustafa Cissé has been fairly anonymous for Atalanta. Tocci has been well shackled by Berto. Nicely done by Sidibe. Now Oliveri can keep it moving. Del Lungo, Cissé, Sidibe. Del Lungo. Cittadini. Ceresoli. Renault. Chiwiza. Renault. Patient build-up this by Atalanta. Zuccon. Oliveri. Del Lungo. That should be the goalkeeper's ball. Instead it's Amatucci who took no chances. Oliveri's lost out. Fiorentina can bring it clear. Di Stefano. Renault first to the loose ball. Caiode's got there. And now there's time and space for Biaggetti to pull forward. Chiwiza won the challenge and gets the throw too. Now in the end, Fiorentina have the decision. Wasteful from Sassi. Caiode will try and watch it into touch. He did well there, under pressure from Renault. The goalkeeper needs to be careful. And his teammates are unhappy with Caiode because you can't pick up a throw in these days. It was absolutely fired into him. We've seen goalkeeping mistakes recently. A loose touch there from Gabriele Fogli, and a corner for Atalanta. They've barely fashioned anything in the second half. Who knows whether Ceresoli can't come up with something meaningful here. Ceresoli with the corner. Cisse was waiting. It's a goal kick. Di Stefano, he's been Fiorentina's most dangerous player. That's a foul by Chiwiza, and it's another yellow card. It's now 4 of them. Oliveri, Zuccon, Panada, who's since gone off, and Chiwiza. 4 of the 5 that began the game in midfield. Certainly haven't shirked a challenge, but also the tackles haven't always been the cleanest. Amatucci, Biaggetti, Amatucci again. Cut out by Del Lungo. Sidibe tried to poke it towards a teammate. Zuccon. Ceresoli. Chiwiza given a shout of man on. He's done very well there, Chiwiza. Oliveri keeps it moving. Del Lungo for Cittadini. Was that a foul? The assistant not interested, nor the referee. And it's a goal kick. Giorgio Cittadini felt he was blocked off there. Well, there you see, Frison just went clattering into him without playing the ball. Amatucci. Calmly done. Biaggetti. Chiwiza's just been booked, and there he caught the back of Biaggetti. A very cagey match. Few early opportunities, not much since. Both sides keen for silverware. Atalanta looking to add to their championship winning sides. In 2 of the last 3 seasons, Fiorentina trying to make it 4 straight Coppa Italia victories in a row. Caiode with the long throw. Corradini. Coyote's cross, headed away, importantly, by Ceresoli. Mustafa Cissé repelling the challenge. Chiwiza couldn't find Sidibe. How much added time? Now, there should be a few minutes. We've had a couple of stoppages for injuries in the second half. But if we get no goal in the next few minutes, we'll be going to extra time. Amatucci. Four added minutes then for one of these two sides to grab a winning goal, given away by Fogli. Sidibe dispossessed by Amatucci, who was then caught by Zuccon, who's already been booked. He's saying, spare me a second yellow card to the referee, who once again opts for clemency here. He could have feasibly shown another caution. There is more leniency at this level. Yes, the players have to learn, but it would be a shame to spoil the final with a red card. Unless absolutely necessary. Favazuli ducking inside. Cittadini did well. That's surely a foul on Sidibe. Renault. Mustafa Cissé, time and space for Sidibe. Del Lungo. Cittadini. Berto. Ceresoli. Fairly easily cut out in the end. Coyote. Tocci makes it stick. Coyote again. Smash long by Biaggetti. Corradini underneath it. Wonderful control. But Gabriele Berto very quickly picked his pocket. Had to be a neat challenge that. That's a good ball. Oliveri between the lines. Still Oliveri. Now it's Del Lungo. His ball in. The goalkeeper once again was positive. Should be easy enough for Berto to deal with. Fiorentina have won it back. Tocci. Di Stefano with the drop of the shoulder. Is this the moment? And Tocci was there, surely. Corradini has won it for Fiorentina. A captain's goal to win the Coppa Italia for the fourth straight year. They've barely had a chance in the second half. It has been tight, it has been cagey. But finally they got forward and finally they broke through. Once again, Di Stefano causing the problem. Sassi didn't do particularly well. And Corradini's effort was surely goal-bound. But the deflection really helped there. Zuccon sticking out a leg to try and block it. And he inadvertently wrong-footed both Ceresoli and Sassi. It is Giovanni Corradini, the Fiorentina captain, who has won it with one of the last kicks of the game there. He's injured himself in the process, or perhaps when he was absolutely mobbed by his teammates. They won by a one-goal margin against Lazio in 2021. A one-goal margin the previous year against Verona, a one-goal margin against Torino the year before that. They are making a habit of this, not just winning the TIMVISION Primavera Cup, but also winning it by the finest of margins. Atalanta thought they were going into extra time. We've played 4 added minutes. There should still be at least 60 seconds to go, but it appears Fiorentina have done enough again. And they're going to try and make a change with Lorenzo Lucchesi just to get the job done, to get them over the line. All eyes on the referee now. It has to go long from Ceresoli for Atalanta. Is there to be an equaliser? Zucon's header. This is Chiwisa. That's a foul. It looks like their long wait for this trophy will go on for Atalanta. 2003, the last time they won it, nearly 20 years. Corradini, having got the goal, will now slowly, reluctantly make his way off the pitch. The armband goes to Filippo Di Stefano. And now Lorenzo Lucchesi with some very specific tactical instructions. What can Oliveri produce from the set piece? Sassi is forward. Oliveri goes for goal. It's headed clear. This is Guillaume Renaud. He's found a cross too. The goalkeeper needs to be careful. And he's delighted it lands on the roof of the net just for a moment. He seemed petrified that was going to drop under the bar. Just a hopeful cross from Renaud. It nearly became more than that. The celebrations are set to begin. Chance of Forza Viola alle from the Fiorentina fans. Kayode with the challenge there on Renaud. Aquilani saying we've played 6 added minutes, how much longer? He feels the final whistle should go. Ceresoli with the long throw. Fiorentina get it to safety, and now they can start to celebrate. Fiorentina win the Coppa Italia for the 4th straight year at under-19 level. They left it late, but once again it is Aquilani's kids who are celebrating. A captain's goal from Giovanni Corradini. The one moment of quality in the second half, and deep into added time, they got the goal they needed to see off Atalanta. Champions in this competition in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, and now in 2022. It is their 7th such triumph, their 4th in a row, and only Torino have won this competition more than them. Full-time score in Venice. Fiorentina 1, Atalanta 0, and Fiorentina yet again win the under-19 Coppa Italia. For the 4th straight year, Fiorentina celebrate winning the under-19 Coppa Italia, the Primavera TIMVISION Cup, and this was the moment that sealed it. Corradini, the quickest to react. Zucon, in his attempts to try and block the shot, inadvertently sent it into the back of the net. It is very much Corradini's goal. He is the headline maker. Fiorentina, once again, will have silverware. That's all from me, Patrick Kendrick, here at the Stadio Pierluigi Penso. I'll leave you to enjoy the celebrations. It has finished. Fiorentina 1, Atalanta 0, and Fiorentina triumph in the Primavera TIMVISION Cup. Good evening.
competitions with Lega Serie